5 more off-field battles over the home of the Cleveland Browns and how much taxpayer money should go to pro sports stadiums.
We told you Monday when state agencies questioned the team's math on a new Brook Park Stadium district, calling the team's projections overly optimistic. Criticism the Browns pushed back on. Now, tonight, Michelle Jarboe and I have team coverage of the proposals.
We begin with Michelle live at Huntington Bank Field. And Michelle, today, 2 top politicians weighed in.
That's right. So Cuyahoga County Executive Chris Ronayne is still pushing for the Browns to stay here on the downtown lakefront. Meanwhile, Governor Mike DeWine says he has way more to worry about than the Browns. Cuyahoga County Executive Chris Ronayne isn't backing down.
We've thought over and over again and said over and over again, this is not a good idea.
In a letter to state Senate leaders, he's pushing for a new playbook, urging lawmakers not to borrow $600 million for a new stadium.
Brook Park is just too risky.
Asking them to spend $350 million on renovations instead.
It's the exact same amount of money that the Hamilton County Commissioners in Cincinnati, Ohio are asking for the Bengals at Paycor Stadium. Fair is fair.
Ronayne told me he's raising the volume because the clock is ticking.
The Senate is deliberating the state budget right now through June, so we've got about 45 days and we needed to make our voices heard.
We're at halftime in the state budget process. A few weeks ago, the House voted to put $600 million toward Brook Park. But the Senate and Governor Mike DeWine still could shake things up.
I don't go out in public and use the V word, the veto word.
DeWine was downtown today for a celebration at KeyBank's headquarters. I asked him about 2 other letters released this week by state agencies, the Budget Office and researchers raising red flags about Brook Park.
We're trying to predict the future, and it's very difficult to do that.
That's why he wants to make sports betting companies foot the bill, whether we're talking about a new stadium or a reimagined one.
I think it's one more reason, frankly, why it's very, very important that we don't take general fund dollars to build stadiums or to fix stadiums.
But DeWine isn't opposed to the suburban vision the Browns are pitching.
Look, I think that it would be a good thing to have a dome stadium in Ohio. We do not have a dome stadium in Ohio.
A $2.4 billion stadium flanked by $1 billion of development.
The Haslam family are putting a ton of their own money into this. And so when we can get a investment of that much private money, not just in a stadium, but in other things around that, that's always a very, very good thing.
Still, Ronayne says the public cost for that private spending is too high.
It's risky for Cuyahoga County taxpayers. It's risky for Ohio taxpayers. This is, again, a fool's errand, in my opinion.
He'll keep pushing for the Browns to stay put.
We can get downtown done, and let's be fair about what we're asking the taxpayers to foot the bill on.
Now, I reached out to the Browns today about Chris Ronayne's letter to state Senate leaders, but they declined to comment. I also asked the city of Cleveland what they think. And a spokesman for Mayor Justin Bibb's administration said they've been abundantly clear that the stadium should stay right here. And they said they appreciate Ronayne's advocacy.
Michelle Jarboe, thank you. We know you will stay on top of it.